Thanks for agreeing to help me clean the attic, Caillou. Having an extra set of hands definitely helps.
I got nothing better to do today.
Alright, where should we start cleaning?
I forgot. Why did you want me to help you clean again?
It's just to get some extra storage space. Plus, I forgot what was even up here anyways. Help me get this bookshelf cleared off.
Looks like a bunch of old yearbooks so far.
Yeah, a lot of it is ancient history now.
Hey, what's the stuff in this box?
I don't know. Let's see here. A few old books, coins, and I think that's an old piggy bank. Does it interest you? Might be from the grandparents.
Yeah, looks pretty cool.
If you want it, you can have it. I don't really have much sentimental value over some of this stuff.
Sure, I think it's kinda neat.
Alright, we have some other things to get cleaned and clear out of here, so we better keep moving.
Meanwhile.
Hey Rosie. Check this stuff out. Dad gave it to me after I helped him clean up the attic.
Looks like a lot of old stuff. I didn't know you were interested in old books, coins, and piggy banks.
Actually, I have an idea on what to do with this stuff.
Oh no, what are you thinking about doing?
You see, on TV there's this show called Pawn Stars. They bring old stuff like this on the show all the time, and they get thousands of dollars. I figured if I could go to the pawn shop in real life, I also could get a lot of money for this stuff as well.
I can see this plan going wrong from a mile away.
Oh come on, Rosie. They eat this kind of stuff up.
Yeah, but the shop is in Las Vegas, which is at least half a day's trip by car.
But here's the thing. I could get there in far less time on a plane. I just need to buy a plane ticket and fly on down there.
And how are you even going to get to the airport?
I'll just get an Uber. I know I can't drive for them anymore, but I can still ride with them.
Alright, you got me there. But a plane ticket would still be fairly expensive for a round trip.
I know, which is why I consider it a bit of an investment. I've been making some good money working, so I'm willing to put some down for the Uber rides and the plane ride.
This still isn't a good idea, Caillou, but if you want to do it, that's on you. I ain't taking any responsibility for it.
In that case, you aren't getting any of the money I bring back.
Works for me.
The next day.
Hey Mom, I'm going to be hanging out with Leo today. We're going to be playing a lot of games today.
Okay, Caillou. Have fun.
Looks like my Uber ride is here. Let's get to Las Vegas.
Hey there, kid. Good to meet you. Looks like you're heading over to the airport. Catching a flight today? Meeting someone?
I'm going on a group flight. My parents arranged this drive for me.
Cool! Where you going?
Las Vegas.
You look a little bit too young to gamble at the casinos. And what's with the stuff you brought along?
Well, that's where my group picked to go this year. As for the stuff, they're the group leader things, and he wanted me to bring it along.
Those are some weird items. Oh well, not really my room to judge. We're about a minute away from the airport. Don't forget to rate me 5 stars and leave a tip.
I'll definitely give you 5 stars.
Hello, where would you like to fly with us today?
Already got my ticket here. Going to Las Vegas.
Are your parents or guardian here?
They told me to just go on ahead since the line is short and would meet up with me soon.
Okay, sounds good. You're good to go. Have a nice flight.
Thank you. I honestly can't believe I made it this far. Just a 2-hour flight, and I'll be in Las Vegas.
Where are your parents?
Oh, they're in business class. They didn't want to spend a lot of money on my plane ticket.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
It's fine. I actually prefer being alone.
On this episode of Pawn Stars.
A kid walks in here with some stuff his father gave him. He has a lot of interesting pieces here, but is it worth big money or is it worthless? Find out on this episode of Pawn Stars. Hey there, kid. What can I do for you?
Hey, I'm Caillou. Got a bunch of stuff that might interest you. Check it out.
Let's see what we got here. Sure is a lot. Let's try to do this one item at a time.
No problem. Let's start with this first edition Wizard of Oz book that I have.
As soon as that kid pulled out that old Wizard of Oz book, I knew today was going to be interesting.
Quite frankly, I have no clue how much this stuff is worth. So, I just sorta came up with numbers in my head on what I want them to be worth.
So, how did you get all this stuff here?
My father gave me a lot of this stuff.
So, you looking to sell it?
Yeah!
How much do you want?
$5,000.
If this really is an original copy of The Wizard of Oz, I can maybe see it going for that much. What worries me is the fact the book is in poor condition, and I'm not sure if this is the real original. Do you mind if I call my buddy to come in and look at it?
No problem, go ahead.
The damage on the book is definitely concerning. It looks like it's been sitting in an attic for a very long time. But, as soon as my buddy Rebecca comes, we should have it all sorted out.
Hi there, Rick. Is this the book you told me about?
Yes, I'm trying to figure out if it is a real original print of The Wizard of Oz, and if it's worth anything even in the condition that it's in.
And you must be the book owner.
Yep. That's me.
Mind if I take a look at it?
Go ahead.
Now The Wizard of Oz was an amazing book. And the movie only made it even more popular. The illustrations on each of the pages are colorful and beautiful. Checking everything, I can conclude this is not an original copy of The Wizard of Oz. This is just a reprint of the book they made in the 1950s.
Is it worth anything then?
No, especially in the condition that it's in.
Well, it was great having you here, Rebecca. Thanks for your help.
When I heard the book was not an original, I was disappointed but not surprised.
Hey, sorry, I don't think I can give you any money for that book. I have to go with what Rebecca says.
I understand. Don't worry, I got more. I have here a super rare half-a-cent coin. It should be worth a lot.
Cool. Let me take a look at it.
Here you go.
Let's see here. Have you had it professionally graded?
No.
Alright, well let me take a closer look at it. You know the reason why they stopped making half-a-cent coins?
No, why did they stop making them?
They stopped making them in 1857. Part of the reason was because they just weren't worth that much. I generally know coins pretty well. So, fortunately I don't need to worry about calling a buddy for this one. Well, I got some bad news for you, Caillou. You're not getting a lot for this.
Why? I thought those were rare.
Honestly, they're not that rare for coin collectors. This coin could be worth a couple of hundred, if it was in mint condition. And it's not. Take a look, the coin here has also been cleaned and polished. That drives down the value too.
Why?
Collectors prefer not to have their coins polished as they consider it to be damaged.
So, how much will you give me for it?
Maybe $20, and that is literally all I can do because anymore, and I will be selling at a loss as I could maybe get $30 out of it.
At this point, I'm starting to get worried I won't even make enough for the plane ticket back home at this rate.
Anything else you want me to look at? Because if not, I can get you your $20 for the half-a-cent coin, and you can be on your way.
Got one more item. Check out this old piggy bank.
Wow. This certainly does look old. All the other items this kid brought have been complete duds, but this item I have a feeling is going to be a little bit different. This appears to be an old piggy bank.
Yeah, I know these things can go for a lot.
Do you have a clue what you have here exactly?
Not really, to be honest.
So, do you have a ballpark on what you want for this exactly?
I say 1,200.
Old piggy banks can get around that amount. So, let me call my buddy so that I know what we're looking at exactly, so I know exactly what this is worth.
I really hope I can at least get half of that because otherwise I'm going to be in the red for today.
Piggy banks are still a real big collector's item, so, because of that I called my buddy Mark to take a look at it. Good to see you, Mark. I want you to take a look at this piggy bank right here.
Huh? What an interesting piece.
Do you know when it could have been made?
Looking at the paint and the way it was made, I say this could originate from the late 1800s. I say this is definitely an old piggy bank in pretty good condition. Notice the lines here on it. That means it was made out of genuine cast iron.
So you're saying this is the real deal?
Indeed it is.
Okay, how much is it worth?
Taking everything in consideration, I'd say this piggy bank, especially due to its age, would be worth around $1,000.
All right. Thank you so much for coming. At last, we finally hit a hit. Took 2 strikes, but we're definitely not out. Okay, I'm glad we have finally got that all sorted. Now, let's talk prices. How much do you want for it?
You heard the guy. I want 1,000.
That's not going to happen. I won't make anything off of the piggy bank if I give you 1,000. I can get you $500.
That barely covers my travel costs. Could you at least go to 750?
No. Tell you what, Caillou, I feel a little bit bad you had 2 duds, so I'm going to cut you a deal. I'll give you $600.
That's better, but could you go 650?
Throw in the half-cent coin and you have a deal.
Agreed.
Sweet. I'll go write you up.
Are you kidding me, Caillou? You should have asked for 700.
Boris,
What?
you do realize that our son just went behind our backs, went to Las Vegas just to sell the stuff you gave him in the attic.
I know, but he should have at least got what they're worth.
We'll have to talk about this.
Meanwhile,
Man, I'm so glad I made it back here without losing my shirt. And hey, this was certainly an experience I will remember.
Why hello there, Caillou. Did you have fun at Leo's? You were gone for an awfully long time.
Yeah, I had a ton of fun.
Are you sure that's where you went today?
Why are you talking like that?
Because today on TV, I saw you were on Pawn Stars. You went to Las Vegas completely on your own. Do you realize how dangerous that could have been? You could have walked away with no money and been stuck in Las Vegas with no way back home. Or worse, a stranger could have kidnapped you.
Mom,
Caillou, I'm glad you're home safe. Don't get me wrong, but that was extremely reckless of you to do. Because of that, you are grounded for 2 weeks. If you were that desperate to sell the things you had, you could have just Googled what they're worth and it and sold it on eBay.
Aw man. Actually, when even was the last time I was grounded? It's been a pretty long time.
Yes, it has been a long time. But I hope you take this as a valuable lesson.
I know I will.